Welcome to the first edition of Other People's Secrets, the podcast. This podcast will be based on and following the book Other People's Secrets, Your Life Unredacted. That's a book I wrote a couple of years ago and is available on Amazon.com by Todd McNutt. And I am Todd McNutt, your host, and I welcome you to the show. What we're going to do with Other People's Secrets is expose the myths and the realities of your privacy. Who's selling it, how they're selling it, how they're getting away with it, where they're getting all the information on you. And we're going to talk about the conspiracy theories. We're going to talk about the myths. One big myth is that if you protect your Social Security number, you can protect your privacy. And I will tell you right now, that is absolute nonsense. Anyone who looks you in the eye and tells you protecting your Social Security number protects your privacy is either a liar or they're full of fill in the blank. The fact of the matter is that only one industry in the world is required to protect your Social Security number, and under HIPAA, that would be the medical community. I was certified for HIPAA compliance and set up several medical practices to meet HIPAA compliance, and I can tell you they're the only ones in the world who are required to protect your Social Security number. Banks, credit bureaus, none of them are required to do that. In fact, if I have your name and an address, even an address from high school, and you're 70, I can run that through the credit bureaus. I get a hit on you and they will give me your name, current address, Social Security number, date of birth, spouse, their date of birth and Social Security number, where y'all work, everything about you on your credit report except for the information that's protected by the Fair Credit Reporting Act. Most people think the Fair Credit Reporting Act protects your entire credit report. It actually only protects 3 pieces of information on your credit report. That information is your credit limit, your current balance, and your credit rating on each of the accounts you have on that credit report. That's it. Everything else on that credit report is what they call above the line, and it's for sale. And it's for sale cheap to anyone who wants it. They don't care who buys your information. They'll sell it to a stalker. They'll sell it to a serial killer. They sell it to advertisers thousands of times a day. That's right, every day, which makes me laugh every time I see Experian run their commercial. We're going to tell you if your information is being sold on the dark web. But they don't tell you they're going to sell your information several thousand times today. 7 days a week. Their computers are up and running and marketing your privacy. We're going to have a question and answers. We're going to let people write in. You can write into the show at Todd, T-O-D-D, at Seebic, SEEBIC.com. You can also find the link to the book, Seebic.com. That is my publisher, and they have the link to the book there. We also have a book called The Real ID Act, the Real ID Act, we will get into that on the show. But the Real ID Act is, the subtitle of the book is Opposition from the Start. And it was. Nobody wanted that act to become a law, and it did anyway. And we'll get into that on an episode. We'll probably dedicate an entire episode right away to the Real ID Act. But we're going to end this for now, this segment, with the following. We're going to talk about the Real ID Act. We're going to be interviewing someone from Norton 360. We're going to talk to people over at LifeLock. We've got a white hat hacker that's going to be on the show. That's going to be a cool conversation. I've actually consulted with this person a couple of times for my own privacy's sake. We're going to have a lot of people on and off the show. I'm working on getting a co-host on here. Hopefully somebody better looking than me so that we can kind of balance the thing. At any rate, we're bringing it together. We're putting this first episode out, the first clip here. It's not really a full episode. I think we've got like 5 minutes. 6 minutes by the time I wrap this up and tell you that the book is available on Amazon again. You can see more about me and about the podcast and about that through Civic Publishing with civic.com. You can write to us at todd@civic.com. And I'm going to leave you with this thought. I end the book with it. I end all my speaking engagements with it. And I will end the podcast with it every single podcast. Because it's all about information. Who has it? Who can get it? And who controls it? We'll see you soon.